It looks crispy, golden, and irresistible, but what if that fast food chicken you crave is hiding a dirty secret? Behind the fryer lies a world of factory-farmed birds, reused oil, rushed prep, and hygiene nightmares. From undercooked fillets to scandalous kitchen footage, these chains are serving more than just meals. They're serving risk. Millions eat it every day without knowing the truth. Before you take your next bite, discover which global giants are cutting corners, compromising safety, and betting you won't ask questions. Here are 5 fast food chains where ordering chicken might be the worst decision on the menu. KFC. It's the global king of fried chicken, or at least that's what the branding tells you. KFC is in over 150 countries, serving up buckets of golden, crispy poultry that millions line up for every day. But what customers don't see is what happens behind the curtain. In 2017, shocking footage from KFC suppliers in the UK showed live chickens being thrown, stepped on, and crammed into dark, filthy holding areas. That wasn't an isolated incident. Over the years, KFC has repeatedly come under fire for the way its chicken is raised, handled, and served. The real issue starts before the meat ever hits the fryer. Most of KFC's chicken comes from industrial poultry farms, where birds are bred to grow at unnatural speeds. Their bodies can't keep up with the weight gain. Broken legs, deformed spines, and collapsed organs are common by the time they reach the slaughterhouse at just 5 to 6 weeks old. These birds aren't raised with care. They're engineered for volume. In-store, the pressure to hit speed and consistency targets often leads to shortcuts. Chicken might be held under heat lamps too long, refried to look fresh, or cross-contaminated by rushed employees who are juggling orders by the dozens. The seasoning may be legendary, but the quality is a gamble. And in some countries, consumers have reported undercooked chicken or strange textures that suggest improper thawing or reheating. You think you're eating comfort food, but with every bite, you're feeding into a system that prioritizes scale over welfare and speed over safety. Jollibee. Jollibee might not be a household name in the West, but in Southeast Asia, especially the Philippines, it's a national icon. Famous for its sweet-style spaghetti and unique chicken joy, the chain has expanded rapidly across Asia, the Middle East, and even North America. But with that growth has come growing pains and serious questions about how their chicken is handled. In multiple locations across the Philippines and the UAE, former employees have reported being pressured to reuse old chicken to avoid waste, sometimes keeping cooked meat past the safe time limits. In high-traffic stores, chicken is cooked in massive batches and stored in warmers for hours. Managers are often more concerned with visual appeal than safety. If it looks good, it goes out. One major red flag: Jollibee's breading is extra thick and heavily seasoned. That's not just about flavor. It's a tactic to mask inconsistencies in the meat. Tough texture, off smell, too dry? Just drown it in breading and dunk it in gravy. Customers rarely notice. In 2022, a viral scandal erupted when a customer in Manila allegedly found a towel deep-fried and served in place of chicken. Jollibee said it was an isolated error, but incidents like these reveal just how chaotic the kitchens can get when employee training and quality checks break down. At its best, Jollibee serves joyful nostalgia. At its worst, it's serving confusion, carelessness, and a system stretched too thin to keep up. Popeyes. Popeyes made a global splash with its viral chicken sandwich, igniting social media wars and drive-thru chaos in the US and beyond. The flavor? No doubt, Popeyes knows how to season chicken, but flavor can't mask everything, especially when the back-of-house operation gets sloppy. Numerous reports have emerged from Popeye's staff and customers alike that detail undercooked chicken, pink meat, and inconsistent quality from store to store. Part of the issue is how fast the food has to move. When demand spikes, raw chicken may be rushed through prep, not given time to thaw properly, or fried before it's reached a safe internal temperature. It's not a recipe for quality, it's a recipe for salmonella. Another issue is cleanliness. In 2021, a location in Washington, D.C. was forced to close temporarily after a rat infestation was caught on video. That may seem extreme, but similar stories have appeared in locations from New York to Houston to Toronto. The rapid expansion and franchising model means not every store follows the same standards, and enforcement is weak. Then there's the oil. Popeyes uses industrial fryers and pressure frying systems, and the oil turnover rate varies wildly. In slower locations, the same oil can be used well past its prime. That means your chicken may be swimming in a vat of burnt particles and rancid fats. The brand might scream bold Louisiana flavor, but sometimes what you're actually tasting is stress, corner cutting, and grease long past its expiration date. Nando's. Nando's is the hipster of global chicken chains. Grilled, not fried, marinated in peri-peri sauce, served with trendy sides like corn and spicy rice. On the surface, it feels fresher, healthier, and more upscale than traditional fast food. But peel back the wrapper, and you'll find a system that isn't nearly as clean as its aesthetic. One of the biggest criticisms of Nando's is how inconsistent the chicken is, depending on the location and country. In the UK, for example, investigations have shown that their fresh, never frozen chicken claims can be misleading. While the bird may be marinated in store, it often arrives pre-cooked or partially prepared from central commissaries. The grilling process, while more visually appealing than deep frying, carries its own risks. Chicken that isn't defrosted evenly or isn't grilled at the right temperature can end up with a charred outside and a raw inside. Nando's kitchens are fast-paced, loud, and unforgiving. Mistakes happen, and raw chicken can slip through if staff aren't on point. Another hidden problem? Cross-contamination. Since the same grills and prep stations are used for all types of chicken, spicy, mild, or lemon herb, there's a high chance of juices mixing. If you think you're avoiding allergens or specific spices, think again. Unless the staff are well-trained and careful, which isn't always the case during peak rush hours, your plate could be a guessing game. Nando's markets itself as premium fast casual, but the premium feeling doesn't always translate to what's happening in the back kitchen. Church's Chicken. Church's Chicken is one of the oldest names in fried chicken, especially across the southern United States. It prides itself on hand-battered recipes and southern flavor. But over the past decade, the chain has earned a reputation for declining quality and troubling hygiene practices. Walk into some Church's locations today, and you'll see it immediately. Dirty floors, unmopped counters, and broken drink machines. That isn't just bad presentation, it's a symptom of management cutting costs in places that matter. Multiple local health inspections across U.S. cities have flagged Church's restaurants for improper food storage, lack of sanitation, and expired chicken being served to customers. In some stores, former employees have gone on record saying that chicken was kept in hot boxes for nearly an entire shift. That's well beyond safe holding time. The longer it sits, the drier and more dangerous it becomes. And if it doesn't sell by close, it gets refried the next morning. Church's uses big cuts of chicken, which makes internal cooking more challenging. If it's fried too fast, the outside crisps while the inside stays raw. Combine that with oil that's often dark, overused, and full of food residue, and you get chicken that tastes off even when it's technically cooked. The chain's aggressive low pricing may be attractive, but something's got to give. When you're selling combos for the same price as a gas station sandwich, the compromise usually shows up in the food, or worse, in your stomach later. These 5 chains serve millions daily. Their ads are everywhere. Their food looks tempting, but behind the marketing sheen, there's a darker reality. Rushed kitchens, questionable sourcing, and broken systems propped up by brand loyalty and low expectations. Chicken shouldn't be dangerous, deceptive, or depressing, but at these chains, it too often is. If you truly care about what you're putting in your body or how that chicken got to your tray, it might be time to look elsewhere. Or better yet, cook it yourself, because fast doesn't always mean fair, and cheap doesn't always mean clean.